blowing simple, liberal minds with every idea. Critical thinking is his specialty. Dillon Atkins.
3, 2, 1.
All right, hello again. Thank you for listening. I'm Dillon Atkins. Something I want to talk about, very important, and that is something called Sharia Law. Some people know about it, some people don't. Quick synopsis of it is basically, if you do not believe in Allah, if you do not believe in Muhammad, if you do not follow the Muslim faith, and if you are a woman, then you are inferior, therefore should be killed. This applies to everyone if you are not part of the Muslim faith. The Muslim faith, I want to say this up front, I don't want to hear anything about this. You understand me? The Muslim faith is a very peaceful one. But this Sharia law is a very radical leg of the Muslim faith. I have no problem with Muslims. I have no problem with their faith. The only difference between mine and theirs is I believe Jesus Christ is the Savior. They believe he's a prophet, like Muhammad. Now, the difference between the Muslim faith and Sharia law, which I just said Muslims are very peaceful, is Sharia law is not. If you are a woman, your worth is half that of a man. If you are, and what they consider an infidel, which is somebody who doesn't, like I said, doesn't believe in Allah, Muhammad, or the Muslim faith or Sharia law, then you are to be killed. So this affects everyone. It affects men who do not believe in this religion and belief system, and it affects every woman. Even if you were part of Sharia law and you were a woman, your worth is half that of a man. You cannot drive, you cannot get a job, you cannot be a landowner. You are property, and that is it. A man is legally able to beat his wife. The woman always has to walk behind the man. They do not speak unless spoken to. They cannot show anything but their eyes in public. Oh, there's so much. There's so much. In a court, the woman, their witness is half that of a man. If a woman is raped, and you do not have any external witnesses, even if you have 2-3 witnesses, that's not enough. You have to have 4. Otherwise it gets thrown out. The courts pretty much always go on the man's side of every issue. This is happening largely in England. England has roughly 85 Sharia courts. Why? Because they don't have protection for their judicial system. In other words, there is plenty of room for a secondary judicial system to be implemented, and that's what they're doing. In America, we don't have protection either. What these groups tend to do is they tend to use Europe as a test bed, if we can do it here, we can do it in America. Their primary goal right now in Sharia and Islam is to take down America, is to completely eradicate all of us, or bring us over into their line of thinking. I, for one, don't want to do this. If that is your chosen belief system, if that is your chosen whatever, then that's fine. But you do not tell me what I can and cannot believe. You do not tell me I'm inferior because I believe something else. I don't think you're inferior to me because you believe something different. In America, we have something called freedom of religion. But if these people get a hold of our judicial system, it doesn't matter. Our judicial system, if it falls, then it doesn't matter really what the Constitution says. This is the primary law in Saudi Arabia, in a lot of countries around that area, and it's moved up through Europe into England, and it's still gaining strength there. It's actually reached into Parliament and things like that, and they have representation there, and they're gaining a lot of strength, regardless of what the public wants. I have heard stories of, according to CNN, I believe, of a woman walking down the street in England and ended up getting yelled at and her life threatened by Sharia members, and because she was wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and she didn't have her face covered. You do not force your religion on anybody, especially in America. In England, it may be something different, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to what we have here. Basically, what I'm wanting to do by talking to you about this is making you aware this is a threat, and we need to mitigate the issue now while it's not strong here in America. And the reason why is because I believe in religious freedom, and I believe in your right not to believe in any religion at all. I believe that you have the right to worship whatever God it is you choose. I believe in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's the way I believe. I think everyone should believe that way, but I'm not going to force it on anyone. And I don't think anybody should have any particular religion forced on them at all. But if it becomes an issue of national security, which when you tell somebody that they cannot live if they don't believe in this certain way, that to me is a threat to national security. That means that you are going to kill people because they don't believe the way you do, and you need to be taken care of, gotten rid of. Whatever inclination you want that to have is what it'll be. But the thing is, we cannot let this happen here. If we let it happen here, then America is gone. The freedoms are gone. Okay, this goes into every single aspect of government, every single aspect of life. It tells you what you can and cannot eat. It tells you what women can and can't say, what they can and cannot do. It tells men what they can and cannot do. Men have more freedoms than women, but not a whole heck of a lot more, and dang sure less than what we all have now. So either you love the freedoms that we have, and you are willing to fight for them, or you give up now, and you can go live in a European country, and you can go live under the suppression of Sharia law. Over here, as long as people are fighting for this country, it will not take footholds here. But we have to make sure people are aware of this. And when it comes down to the judicial system, primarily it lies with the states. The decision to go with a particular whatever lies with the states. But again, there are no security measures to make sure that there is no secondary justice system implemented in this country. We have to make sure that there is. The justice system we have now needs to be protected. To say this is the only thing, sure, it's not perfect. I know it isn't perfect. There are a lot of innocent people that go to jail. There are a lot of people that have gone free that shouldn't. But the thing is, it's a heck of a lot better than Sharia law. We can tweak it. We can make it better, our judicial system as it is, and we can make it what it should be, innocent until proven guilty. But we can't do that unless it's protected as itself now. Otherwise, something else can come in like Sharia law and just completely undermine it, and it can take over, which is sad. And the thing is, to me, anyway, I think our justice system is, it's pretty effective. Now, the people, me and you, we have to make sure that it stays that way. But let me read you some quotes. This is from dailymail.com, and it's talking about England. And let's see here. Top lawyers have written guidelines for British solicitors on drafting Sharia-compliant wills, which can deny women an equal share of their inheritance and entirely exclude non-believers. It was revealed today. The Law Society, which represents solicitors in England and Wales, has written a guide on Sharia succession rules that will be used in British courts. It will mean that children born outside of marriage and adopted children could also be denied their fair share. Guide states no distinction is made between children of different marriages, but illegitimate and adopted children are not Sharia heirs. In other words, this is saying that even if the baby has nothing to do with who it's born to or the religion that it's born into, but this is saying that we are going, because so-and-so decided to go out and have sex before they got married, this baby cannot have their fair share when the time comes. It's also saying if the child is adopted, it will not get anything. which to me is very sad, because what did that child do to deserve that? Nothing. Basically, what this is saying is children are not worth a whole lot unless they are actually, part of Sharia law. Sharia law to be enshrined in British legal system, as lawyers get guidelines on drawing up documents according to Islamic rules. That is what we were just talking about. It's saying that women only get roughly half of what they should, because women are only worth half, according to Sharia law. Muslim women in Great Britain often face intimidation within their communities to settle things the Sharia way. Some wrongly believe Islamic courts are their only option. Like I said, Muslims and Sharia law are two different things. But what they have done over the years has kind of gotten more and more present, is they are trying to meet the two, trying to make regular Muslim teaching, which is very peaceful, very inner peace, find peace with others, that sort of thing. They're trying to mix it with Sharia law, which is Muhammad's teaching. Muslims is Allah's teachings. Sharia law is Muhammad's. They have kind of over time kind of intertwined those, so you kind of lose track. So what they're doing is they're trying to get women to settle things the Sharia court way. And like I said earlier, a woman's witness is roughly half that of a man's. It's taking away women's rights. It's absolutely incredible. Like I said, there's roughly 85 Sharia courts now operating in England, with Islamic judges ruling on cases ranging from financial to material disputes among British Muslims. Because a woman's value is half that of a man, roughly, then a man pretty much always gets his way in court. Now, the good news is, in England there is a higher number of Muslims. In America, we only have roughly 2.11% of our population are Muslim. We have 316.2 million people. Only 6.67 are Muslims. In England, let me look that up real quick. See what England's Muslim population is. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I'm gonna look it up. But if I can spell right. But basically, this is something that needs to be taken care of now, before it can get a foothold here. There's been a few places where it's been tried, and it didn't succeed, thank God. But I think if they come in at us, if they come in guns a-blazing, then I think that it may be a different story. And I think that it's time that we look at this. It's not a very well-known subject. We need to make it well-known. And we need to do it by talking to people. Just ask them, hey, have you heard about this thing called Sharia law? If they say, yeah, I mean, it's terrible, or yeah, I like it, or whatever, then that's fine. But if they say, no, I haven't, then talk about it. Turn them to this show. Let them listen to it. But the thing is, we need to get the word out and let people choose for themselves. If they like it, then I think you're a little off the rocker, but hey, that's your opinion. If you don't, then make sure people know. This is something that is, I think, could be very detrimental. And I think that it's time that we kind of mitigate the issue before it becomes a problem. Okay, yeah, here it is. England has 2.7 million Muslims, or 4.8% of their population. So there's going to be more people that want Sharia law to be implemented. So there is a chance that America can stand. But let's try to get this out there big so people can just at least know about it and make their own conclusion on it. And don't ever take my word on anything. Go out and research for yourself. Go Google this, look it up. There's a lot of stuff on it. You can read all the laws and everything. There's if somebody steals, you cut off their hand. All that kind of stuff. If they slander Muhammad or Allah, then you cut out their tongue. All that kind of stuff. So go out and search it, read it, look it up for yourself. Get yourself educated on the problems and on the issues of every subject, every issue that's facing our country, and go out there and make a difference. Stand up for what you believe and never back down, okay? Go out there and make a difference. See you next time.